Hey, you heard it here first. Wokeism has destroyed the Olympics. Wokeism is it's a plague upon society, and it's took the one thing that man has always had, which is athletic superiority, and it has turned into a mockery. And they made fun of Jesus. Come on, man. We made fun of Jesus too. All right, so let me give you guys an update. You guys haven't had a chance to go watch. The Olympics is having an opening ceremony. And me, like most Americans, I'm bored, and I'm like, all right, let me go check out what's going on in the Olympics. So this happens once every 4 years, so it might be worth my time to sit back and watch the Olympics. And the first thing I knew that was kind of off is Snoop Dogg was a torchbearer. And I'm thinking to myself, they couldn't find anybody else. We didn't have no war heroes. We didn't have any dignified politicians, a school teacher. We didn't have anybody. We chose Snoop Dogg. And it goes further, but at a certain point in time in life, you as a man, you get fed up and you're just like, you know what, fuck it. Let whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. I just accept it as it is. So anyway, I continue watching, continue checking out what's going on. And they start doing like the little dance thing, and next thing I know, I see a bearded man in a dress or a corset, I guess you would say, and he is dancing down a runway surrounded by drag queens. And once again, this is not satirical. This is not a lie. This is in 2024, July 26th. This occurred. This occurred in Paris, France, on international television. We, for some reason, were subjugated to seeing a transsexual dancing down a runway. I want to say transsexual. I guess a drag queen with a beard dancing down a runway as a way of showing our cultural acceptance for the Olympic Games, where the spirit of competition and amateurism lives strong and well in all of us. And I think to myself and I say, wow, okay, how do you explain this to the kids? How do you explain this one to the kids, man? Because I like the Olympics is supposed to be like family friendly. Like they try to make it where there's not supposed to be like people kneeling. They're trying to get rid of all political. Like we're just supposed to be a good, wholesome competition and seeing the world's best compete. And for some reason, somebody in France gave the okay to having drag queens make a mockery of the Last Supper, which I don't. And once again, I'm not Christian. I just believe the universe does what the universe does. I'm not atheist either. I don't know for sure if God exists or he doesn't exist. I think if God exists, it's probably like the fabric of the universe, but that's a whole subject for another day. I'm just trying to understand in my mind, out of all the things you could piece together, you say, you know what, we're gonna have drag queens making a mockery of Jesus Christ's Last Supper. Now, I don't know what your religious preference is. I'm just saying they didn't do it to the Muslims. They knew to stay away from the Muslims. They knew Islam would blow that shit up if they did that. Which also speaks to another thing that we got going on is that nobody respects Christianity anymore. Christianity is looked at as a mockery of itself. But that's a side note for another day. But it comes back to this wokeism thing, where now we have gone to this place, and I made a video, the homogenous internet mind theory, where things that don't really make sense to a rational individual who thinks for themselves and is functioning as a human being in reality, they make perfect sense to those who are internet spoon-fed, basically horseshit. And this is horseshit. Like, we could have got a bunch of impoverished orphans, paid them a bunch of money to sit there and create a dance for the world, where we got a bunch of people who had like maybe teachers, a dance studio. We could have got a band. There were so many different ways. You had infinite, once again, we had infinite possibilities to choose from that will be child friendly, not strange, that would be uplifting, enlightening, wonderful to hear to the ears, pleasant to see. But for some reason, I you know what? I don't even understand. And once again, this is not coming from somebody like a homophobe or a transphobe. I mean, do what you want to do with your life, man. It's your fucking life. You get one of these things. If you want to dress around in a corset with a beard and dance the night away, man, go ahead, brother. I'm rooting for you. If that's what gets you going through the day and that's what you need, I'm rooting for you. Apex is here for you. I don't give a fuck. But the babies don't need to be seeing this shit, man. Because if we had strippers, if we had that same exact outfit that dude was wearing, and we had strippers do this, and they went and made a mockery and got all together and sat at a table with just strippers, people would be up in arms and yelling and screaming, and we'd be boycotting the Olympics. But for some reason, there is a protected group of people that can get away with pretty much doing anything and is deemed as okay. Because nobody wants to ruffle the feathers of the fake wokeism mob, which really is a fake mob. It's not real. I'm telling you this right now. It's not real. If you do something that actually keeps people alive or helps the infrastructure or keeps energy and it helps people be able to make life easier, nobody really gives a damn what you say. Can you do stuff? But wokeism has infiltrated the highest levels of government. Because once again, you gotta think about this. This is the Olympics, the international games of the world that happens every 4 years, man. This is not like some random ass off high school game or like a amateur pro-am basketball pickup game or something like that for a championship. No, this is the International Olympics. So everything here was coordinated, planned, signed off on, funded, and heavily scrutinized and subjected to be chosen. Like, this is the way that we want to represent our country. This is the way we want to represent our country to international people across the globe. That says a lot. That says a whole lot. Because once again, I don't know, what is France trying to tell us? That's the confusing part. I don't know. Like, is France saying like we support dragism? I don't know. What is France trying to tell us with this dance, man? I don't get it. Like, I need to know in the back room who brought this up, man. Whose idea was this, and who said, you know what, fuck it, let's sign off on it. Let's fund it. Because that money could have gone to orphans someplace to get some books and clothes, man. There's a bunch of people that need that money. I could have gone to. I'd rather we have given it to a fucking rapper from the could have been house before we did the shit that we just did. At least it would have given somebody who has some mental needs, mental health issues. Man, God save us, man. God save us. We're going to war. I already see it. We're going to war. Because here's a situation. Choices like this mean that people that are at the top are not really living in reality. They're living in like some Fox reality. They're living in La La Land. And people that live in La La Land typically do things that irritate or might antagonize people who live in reality. And people in reality see that, hold on, man, these people are really not, like, they're not fair. Let's go ahead and take their shit. Because fuck it, what they need it for? They're wasting the resources anyway. You're going to give it to drag queens. Once again, I don't think drag queens is a derogatory term, because I think that's what it's called. It's called drag. But if I am another nation, like if I want to, like, because I'm telling you, some of them, the Muslims and the Islam countries, those niggas was not happy about this. Was not happy at all. Man, they were probably sitting there fuming like, what the fuck are we looking at? The hell is this shit? And it's just confusing, brother. I'm lost. I'm telling you, as a person who's an educated person, man, and when I say educated, I mean formally and personally, like on my own, I have no words for besides like, this is just lunacy. We're living in a lunacy time, and I don't know how long it's gonna last, man. I think war will probably wake us up a little bit. And I was listening to Dan Carlin's Blueprint for Armageddon, World War I. And he was talking about one general that said during a peace conference, we don't even want peace. Humans don't do well in peace. We need war. War is good for us. It's a necessity. And no matter how much we hate it, it's because that we hate it that peace means something. And I think we've been at peace for too long. And when you're at peace for too long, people get too comfortable and they forget the realities and the brutal, harsh realities of life. And they start to think in these lunacy terms. And it's almost like a subconscious projection, like, please destroy us. Because I don't get it, man. I'm fucking lost, man. I just don't, like, it is not even so much that, like, it's just, why? Like, why? That's the only thing I'm confused by. Is like, just why? What are we doing here? Why are we doing this? Are you trying to appease the drag queen community? Like, what the fuck? And then why do you have to, like, you know what? I would have been okay. I could live with the drag queen thing. That's okay with me. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, man. That's how France gets down. That's how France gets down. Fuck it. Good for France. But why do you have to put that final, like, middle finger up with the Jesus Christ Last Supper? Why do you have to add that for, man? It's not even Christmas. The fuck we got that for? Like, that's the part that confuses me most. Is because, like, what did that mean with the Last Supper, metaphorically? And then who brought it? Why I need to know who is on the conference that said, you know what, we're not gonna just add drag queens, but you know what else that we're gonna add? Think about it. Jesus' Last Supper. And the people in the room were like, brilliant, brilliant. The people they'll be riveted. They'll be shocked. They'll be enlightened. Oh, I'm telling you, man, I don't understand. I don't know if this is Hollywood. Like, sometimes I feel like we live in a movie. Like, Trump got shot at. Joe Biden finally realized he got dementia, got off the race, and he just put in Kamala. Kamala's about to fuck around and win. They're going to steal the election again. It's all lunacy, man. Just let all you can do really is sit back as a man. Sit back and just enjoy the show and watch it all blow up and implode. That's all you can really do, man. Because anything else outside that, trying to worry yourself, you're just going to look at it and say, you know what? Hey, let life do what life do, man. Appreciate you guys listening. Like, subscribe, share.